This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good afternoon, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the Locked On Reds POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Tim Daniel, and I am the president of the Key Brian Hayes fan club, and I'd love to thank you all for spending some time with me on this beautiful Labor Day as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds pulling off a huge walk-off win today over the Toronto Blue Jays, 5-4. If you are just checking my show out for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for waiting for me to get back from the stadium today. Stadium was electric today. It was an awesome day to be there. Please be sure to hit that notification button here on YouTube so you got to get my show after each and every single Reds game, but you can get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds, but I will actually be filling in for Jeff tomorrow on Locked On Reds on Tuesday, so you guys will see double dose of Tim tomorrow. This show is brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. Football season is right around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now. On today's show, an epic rally in the ninth inning by the Redlegs. We're going to talk about that. Hunter Greene is humongous today for the Reds. Humongous today. So we're going to discuss that. And Brian Hayes just continues to be excellent since being traded to the Cincinnati Reds. All that and a whole lot more. I'm going to hear from you, our everydayers. What a fantastic day. I mean, just a much needed feel-good win, right? Let's go ahead and let's get started, shall we?
This is what you'll be talking about.
If the other day when the Reds hit that fifth straight loss to the Cardinals, I said the song of the day was Free Fallin' by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, I think today's would be what's that song? Love Roller Coaster? Roller Coaster. Yeah, that one. You don't want me to sing. It's really bad. But today was a roller coaster of days. Look, I have this rundown that you guys can see here if you're watching on YouTube. And I haven't even got a chance to mention Sal Stewart yet, who made his big league debut today. But let's just kind of go through the game in general. So second inning, the Reds put 2 runs on the board and you're feeling like pretty good. You're like really rocking it. It's a lot of fun. And then Toronto comes and scores a run in the 7th. They pull Hunter. Scott Barlow gets out of the inning. You're like, all right, cool. Tony Santillan comes out. He pitches the 9th. The 8th, gets through it. You're like, all right, awesome. And then Billy Pagan really struggles in the 9th, giving up 3 runs. They had to pull him after only a third of an inning pitched because he gave up 2 homers, one to Bichette, who had 4 hits today, and the other to Daulton Varsho. And you're thinking like, oh, man, this sucks. And then the beautiful thing about pitcher wins, right, is old friend Jasper Zuleta gets his first big league win today for 2/3 of an innings. Okay, but then the 9th inning happens, and I have to bring up the play-by-play on it because you can make the case it's the biggest 9th inning of the year so far. I mean, you can legitimately make the argument that it was something they really, really needed. So Brian Hayes starts it off with another hit, gets a single. Miguel Andujar does pop out. You're like, oh, crap. We're running out of outs. Matt McLean rips the ball into right field, opposite field, big time. And then TJ Friedl is a huge hit. Ball gets stuck. And at first we were kind of like, why are they challenging? Because they wouldn't show on the Jumbotron. And you go, oh, I guess that's something where I need to learn a little bit more about the baseball rules, need to read Chris Welsh. Because I always thought it was the same effect as the Ivy at Wrigley Field, where it's up to the fielder to kind of like surrender for the play to stop. I guess that's not the case. Did not realize that till today, so I need to read up a little bit more. And so that brings in Brian Clays. Matt McLean has to go back to third, and then Noelvi Marte with a huge single, bringing in 2 runs as well. So just a heart-pounding, huge game. And I know that we are going to see some people out there who are going to say like, well, it doesn't matter because they're not going to the playoffs. Yeah, they have a long hill to climb there. I agree. But if you can't enjoy today, then you just have no fun. Like, this game was insane. This game was something where we needed this after we just went through this past week where they couldn't find a way to win. They were finding ways to lose. And I really enjoyed the very few times, when I get to go to the games, just because I have the show here. I don't want to make things late because I feel bad for all of you guys who hang out and wait for me to come on here, which is really nice. But I like when I do go to games because I can listen to the post-game show that Yid does. And they had Brian Hayes on. I'm not going to I'm going to wait for Brian Hayes for the rest of the show. But I just wanted to say that what really was awesome about Brian Hayes is he talked about, like, everything's been great since I came over. I just really kind of learned about, like, got to know the team a little more, who they were as human beings. I'm kind of clipping this a little bit. And he said something to the sense of, he's like, we just had a players only meeting the other day because we felt like when we were getting hit, we were just taking the hit and not getting back up. Today, the Reds took the hit the mat, and picked himself off the mat and punched back. And it's been a little while since we could say that, especially against a team that's winning the AL East, a team that's 20 games over 500 as a World Series contender. I mean, you can say what you want about the rest of the American League. There's a lot of really good teams there, but that team I saw today has everything it takes to win a World Series in Toronto. And the Reds found a way to beat them. And that's something where, maybe this doesn't matter in the long run. I had a lot of fun today, and I'm really happy that they got this win today. And Jason says it right here. Look, anything can happen. They're 3.5 games out right now, the wild card. Seth says it here. Don't give up with the team. We all need to believe in them. So, yes, it's Johnny says, I'm to the point I thought Key Bryant would make that play in the 9th. Are we spoiled already? Yes. Yes, we are. We're absolutely spoiled already by watching him play third base and hitting. Big. So big day, huge win. Nice to see kind of everyone contribute for this team today to pull off that win. I think those are the games that are kind of the most enjoyable. I mean, realistically, Austin Hayes didn't have a hit today. Spencer Steer only got one at bat. Jose Trevino. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the fact that the Reds, were doing dumb things again today, right? And they still found a way to win. Ellie gets a triple. They can't bring him in. First, start the inning. Jose Trevino bunts again in the 7th. Gives up an out. They get the lead runner there. Pointless. Just dumb things that they kept doing. And of course, Emil Pagan has an awful outing, which he did not acknowledge as tribal chief today with that outing. So we can't be having that either. And then, I want to make sure I get to it because it's obviously the story of the day, but Steve and I are going to go pretty deep into it tomorrow. Is Sal Stewart today. So only had one hit, but energy off that dude was awesome. It was really awesome. So he gets the hit, and that's huge. He moves Gavin Lux over to third. He scores the second run, and when he scores, I'm sure they showed it on the screen on the broadcast, but he hits him immediately. Is trying to get the crowd into it, like it's like a timeout at an NBA game, and I was like, I'm in. This is my guy. So huge day, awesome all around. Much needed team victory today. Sal Stewart and Chase Burns, both their debuts. I was at both of them, and they were both walk-off hits. So either it's me or it's guys getting their MLB debut, guys. I don't know. You guys tell me what it is here. But other things that are really nice today is Hunter Greene really, really picked up from his last start where he wasn't his best against the Dodgers. So we're going to talk about that and more right after this. Hey, Reds fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to get to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now and use my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. The NFL season is almost here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you like to bet. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Hey, Locked On listeners, if you could please do us a huge favor and go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey and fill this out here for us. We just want to get a survey to hear from our listeners what you guys want from your favorite podcast, whether it's, the ads, whether it's your favorite podcaster is late because he went to the Reds game today, anything like that. So you can go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey and enter for a chance to win one of 10 $100 gift cards. Or if you're watching the video here on YouTube, you can go ahead and scan that QR code as well. We would definitely appreciate it. The turning point in today's game is right here.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Has to be Noelvi Marte, right? I mean, literally, if that doesn't happen, do they even win this game? You can even make the case they probably should have won this game sooner, but, that's a hard team to keep down. Toronto's really, really stinking good, man. Really, really good. So give them a lot of credit for that as well. Hunter Greene today, speaking of guys who are stinking really good, man. Dude, 6 1/3 today, 1 earned run, only 1 walk, 7 Ks. He was that dude today. And I thought the thing that was really the best about him is he limited how much the bullpen had to be used. And granted, he probably could have limited them a little more if the Reds really wanted to win this game when they had the chance to. But obviously, they still find a way to win. And after he just had that, that Dodgers outing, I wouldn't say was bad. It was not what we needed from him at that point. We needed him to be really, really good because the way the team was playing at that point. But for him, obviously, this is why he's the ace, right? It's when things aren't going well, he comes through. He picks the ball up, he puts it past them, and the first inning, first 2 guys get on base. I mean, George Springer gets on base to lead the game off, steals second, and you're like, oh no, oh boy, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And obviously get some help from Ellie there on that huge play at shortstop. That was awesome to get the double play on the catch and then bring the ball over as well. So that was obviously really nice to see. And then just kind of goes from there and just kind of grooves, just takes them out of their comfort zone, gets them to have really difficult. Basically everyone but Bo Bichette, because Bo Bichette went 4 for 4 today. Sure wish Dante could have done what Bo Bichette did as a Red. That would have been nice for his 6 weeks, 4 months he was a Red. But obviously to see Hunter go out there and do what he did, man, he was excellent. And that just something where they've got him today. He's going to get another outing this weekend against the Mets because of the way the rotation goes. So to have Hunter Greene pitch 2 games and you really need it in a week like this when you're at home, nice start to it. And obviously, like we said, Scott Barlow goes out and kind of picks up from where he leaves off. Tony Santillan has a decent inning. Emilio Pagan did not. But yes, I agree. We all know how I say the closer thing all the time. I'm not going to just melt your guys' ears with my bad takes about closers, but if Emilio Pagan is back on this team next year, they better have a better option to get those last 3 outs in the 9th inning than him. He cannot be the consistent guy there, and we saw it today. But thankfully, it did not cost us anything in the long run because Hunter Greene gave the Reds a chance to win. The Reds gave that chance away to win, and Noelvi Marte gave them the win. So absolutely huge there as well. Ke'Bryan Hayes, folks. What more can this guy do for the Cincinnati Reds? I just get excited that daily I have situations where I can talk about Ke'Bryan Hayes, and it's becoming my favorite part of this show each and every week. So much that we're going to talk about him after this. Hey, Reds fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Might help to play the right ad. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right means cashing in. With football back, PrizePicks is the simplest and fastest way to get on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. I've been playing PrizePicks lately, and it's such a fun way to stay locked in for the season. It's quick, easy, and honestly my favorite way to follow along with football. I just put it in yesterday, even though mine Fighting Irish lost last night. CJ Carr overpassing touchdowns, and I feel like Jeremiah Love's going to have a bounce back. He's going to get that over rushing touchdowns as well. And the best part, even if one of your picks misses, PrizePicks invented the flex play, so you can still double your money. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Can I please, once again, as always, shout out how awesome my everydayers here on the postcast. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me each and every day. And today I went to the game, so it was late getting back. I hit that downtown traffic, and you guys are still coming here in droves to spend some time and talk with me. It means so much to me, and it's so awesome. And my wife appreciates it because that means she doesn't have to hear all my baseball takes either. So we're definitely grateful. If you want to become a first timer, an everydayer, please be sure to hit that notification button here on YouTube. So you can not only get my show after every game, but you can get Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Jeff is on vacation this week, so I am filling in as well tomorrow. So we won't be live, and I think we're going to be pretty early in the morning. So you'll see me with Steve as well. And Quinn, I just saw this comment. I guess there are a lot of people with Reds hats and beards and glasses, but if you guys ever do see me at the game and you want to say hi, please do. I love getting to talk with you guys, and I'm more than happy to chat it up with you guys. I know Jeff and Steve are really good at that. If you ever see Steve, ask him about Ant-Man, and he'll have a really funny story about that as well. Great to me. Locked On Player of the Game is a pretty easy one. It's Brian Hayes.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
So William Wright here brings it up, and I want to talk about this because obviously Brian's bat was awesome today, but he turned this double play. I want to say it was in the 8th inning to bail out Santillan, where it looked like, so I was sitting with Billy DeVore on the third baseline from New Nasty Boys. I went to the game with him. You can see him in the short from today from the stadium. We're sitting on the third base side, so we see him. It looks like he's playing shortstop. It could have just been the way that they moved the batters over. Moved the defense over for the batter. He's like, looks like he's playing shortstop, scoops a ball. We have the ever rare 5-6-3 double play because he scoops it to Ellie, who's covering the bag. Ellie flips it to Steer at first base to get the double play. And that was awesome because it kept them from scoring. And then that's just one part of it. How about today? He goes 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a huge run scored. And honestly, almost had a second run, but Toronto makes it. Whoever was the outfielder was Toronto. I believe that was who was the left fielder at that time? It was Luke's. Made an unbelievable throw to get him at the plate. That was a really, really great play. I feel like the Reds have gotten caught on a couple of those of late. It's the one thing I don't like about what we've seen from them. But here's the other thing I want to talk about Brian Hayes. I normally just kind of go game by game because that's my job, but I just want to kind of compare and contrast so you guys can see just the difference in what he's been since he came to Cincinnati at the deadline. So with the Pirates, his slash line was 236 batting average, 279 on base, 290 slugging. That's a 559 OPS. 569 OPS. Sorry, math is hard. Here's what he is with the Reds, albeit 29 games going today. This is not updated, so I'll have the better update later. 253 batting average, 327 on base, 429 slugging. That's a 755 OPS. And as a Red, has a 103 OPS plus. For those who don't know what I'm saying and look at me like I have multiple heads, Brian Hayes, OPS plus 100 is like league average. So 60 was his OPS plus with the Pirates. It's 103. He's 43 points, OPS plus points better as a Red than he was as a Pirate. Quinn, it's so funny you say this. I also tried to look for a Brian Hayes jersey today, and I even went to the Reds Authentic stand, and they said that when I asked them about it, they said that they're actually trying to get an autograph signing with him soon, so there'll be some stuff in the Authentics as well. So hopefully we'll have some Brian merch at the stadium here soon. But today, I feel like for him, and obviously anytime a guy gets traded, especially to a team that even if they are on the outside looking at the moment isn't a competitive shot. Anytime a guy leaves the Pirates to go to a good baseball team, you can say what you will about the Reds. I don't think they're a great baseball team. I think they're probably a slightly above average baseball team, realistically. But anytime you can go to a team that's going to, you can be ignited spark for a shot at a wild card spot, I'm sure it's just going to up your energy a little bit more. But what he's been for this Red Legs team has been awesome. And look, realistically, he struggled quite a bit before going to the St. Louis series. But last 2 days, he's got 5 hits and 9 at-bats, 2 runs scored, 4 runs batted in. He's finding his swing again. And obviously, he had that huge homer Saturday against the Cardinals as well. So something's going well for him. And I feel like he just makes this team so much better. Like we said, we know he's going to be the Gold Glover. And we know he's going to be our Cincinnati Red for, 4 more years. So a lot to love about Ke'Bryan Hayes coming to this team. I feel like I talk about him every day, which I think that, Jeff will fight me on this, but you're my everydayers in the postcast. Make sure you tell Jeff when he comes back from vacation that Tim Daniel is the president of the Ke'Bryan Hayes fan club, because I feel like I earned that right. Okay. Jeff can be the prince. He can be the VP of the Ke'Bryan Hayes fan club, as long as it's locked on and locked on only. But with that being said, the Cincinnati Reds are victors today, and it was a great day for me to be at the ballpark. I was with my good friend Billy DeVore of the New Nasty Boys. Please be sure, if you want something a little bit more edgier than us here at Locked On, be sure to follow the New Nasty Boys as well. A really fun show, a lot of fun, and they make me laugh. So the Reds today, 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. The Blue Jays, 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Your winning pitcher today is Yasser Zulueta for his first big league win. Your losing pitcher today is Brendan Little. He is now 4-2. And the Reds like to clinch a series tomorrow, something we haven't been able to say for a long time. As Nick Lodolo takes the hill for the Reds, he is 8-7 with a 3.22 ERA. He'll be going against Jose Barrios of the Blue Jays, who is 9-5. With a 3.95 ERA. First pitch is at 6:40, so I'll be back to my regular evening time tomorrow. Everyone, thank you again. Seth, New Nasty Boys are on all your podcast apps and on YouTube as well. So they're really funny dudes, and you'll really like their show if you just want something where it's a little more not as corporate as us. But everyone, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Have a great evening. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Go Red Legs. Let's win this series tomorrow.